Most Yamaha G1 golf cart owners are going to look at their battery tray all rusted out like that and go, how the hell do I fix this? It's a very daunting looking job when you see it and you question, how do I get the old piece out? How do I make a new one? And how do I reattach it when I'm done? Well, the answer is 98% of this work is going to be with a grinder. Okay, a grinding stone, mostly a grinding wheel, a cutoff wheel. If you're comfortable with that tool, then I'm going to show you today how I made a removable battery tray, okay, out of 16 gauge steel, excuse me, and really only took me about 5 hours, start to finish, cutting the old piece out to making this, okay? So it's really not as bad as it seems, and I've made it this way so that I can treat all of my metal without having to weld over the top, okay, and minimize my welding. The last 2% of this is going to be welding on a bracket to attach these 2 bolts. That's it. It's going to be real simple to do. So let me just start by how we get the old piece out. Okay. You're going to be using mostly this grinding stone and some of your grinding wheel. In some areas I was able to reach in between these seams and cut some of these welds loose, because there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 welds on this edge here. There's going to be probably 3 or 4 on this edge here. And there's also going to be the circular part of these frames. It's welded to your frame, okay? This piece. Now, to get it off, like I said, you're going to take that grinder, whatever you can, mostly the grinder and the cutoff wheel, and cut loose that weld. And try not to cut into the piece it's welded to, okay? We want to preserve that piece. Once you get all these welds loose, the only way to get this loose is to come in here with a cutoff wheel and just cut chunks of it a distance away from that circle, okay, from your frame. After you've got this cut off, both sides the same way, cut out. Some of this was already missing because it's rusted. And then you can just take the grinding stone and dress back up the frame flat again, okay? The biggest reason I changed this setup, because I didn't want to have to weld to any of this rusty metal. I didn't want to have to weld back onto these areas. Okay, it's not going to be fun welding, and I'm not a very good welder. So now I'll show you, I got the old piece out. Let me show you how I made the new piece, and then we'll talk about fitting it, okay? The new piece is much simpler than it looks, and it essentially started by making a rectangle out of sheet metal, okay? You're gonna need about a 16-inch by 12-inch piece, and the dimension from here to here is 11 inches, and I turned up 2-inch edges, okay, is what I did. So I cut a piece 15.5 inches wide by 10.5 inches long, and then I marked 2 inches in from each end. Now I have to make these bends. This is the hardest part of all this, is making this bend. This is very thick metal, and it's not going to want to bend. The only way to get this to bend is to cut a relief in the metal along your line. Okay, so I'm going to take a straight edge on those 2-inch marks that I made. I'm going to clamp it down to this piece, and I'm going to cut a good 1/16 inch or more groove down inside of that, along that line on both sides. I'm gonna have to do that, and from there you're probably gonna have to take and clamp some really strong piece of angle iron into here in a vise, and then hammer this edge over. Okay, that's what you're gonna have to do. There's not too many other ways to bend it. If you know somebody has a brake, that's fine. My friend has one, and we tried it, but it's a 20 gauge capacity, and this literally only bent it to about a 45-degree angle is all I got out of it. So I had to come back and, just like I showed you, clamp it in here in a vise and hammer this. You can actually force it over by hand. Clamp this in, you can push all this down to get a lot of that bend and finish. Try to get as decent of a corner you can. It's hard to be perfect, you know, but you can end up with a rectangular U-shaped piece when you're done. Okay, now we're going to fit it in the golf cart. Okay, turn you back around here and get you back oriented here a little better. So now I got this oriented. The first thing I noticed was that when I tried to put it in place, it should be flush with the outer edge of the frame on the bottom, and I couldn't go in that deep because I'm hitting the frame. I'm hitting here. So I just cut off a big corner. I'm not gonna try to weld this to the frame anymore. It's removable. So just cut off big corners on each end. That allowed me to get this outer frame lined up properly, okay? Started on the outer edge. And you'll see from here, let me move it around. And this when I held this in place, and I made my 2 holes here through the frame, obviously with this in position, through the holes, and I went ahead and put bolts in them and held it in place where I wanted it. And then I came and made sure I leveled this piece up, you know, up and down, and drilled the 2 holes on the side. Okay, I'm not showing you that very well. Okay. And I drilled the 2 holes here, all right, through this outer frame and my piece. Now, once I had that done, all I had to do was make my frame for the front. And with those 4 bolts holding this in place, it's really not gonna move on you already. And you can just take, I have a 2-piece system here. All you need is a 2-inch piece of angle iron. It's probably your best bet. A 2x2 angle iron, and you'll take the angle iron when the 4 bolts are in place and just raise it up to just underneath your piece, and that's the part you're gonna have to weld onto the frame. Now the good part about this is that part of the frame isn't all rusty where you're gonna weld that piece to, and it welds pretty easy. Like I said, I'm not a welder, but I was able to easily, it's not going anywhere, okay? Especially once I get 6 bolts in it. All right, so this is how I made mine. This is the dimensions again. It's 15.5 wide with 2-inch bends by 10.5 deep. Okay, that's where it ends up, if you'll see that. And the last thing I did, just to make you notice how those side pieces are all angled. So I didn't have to do this. I just went ahead, came down here and marked a similar position here and cut down to the end here. And this is why you see the angles that I cut off, okay? So it didn't really look like that before. I'll show you. I don't have enough hands to do all this at one time. Thank God for this tripod. So you can see, this is where this came from. All right. So like I said, listen, my videos are never about me. I mean, ever. It's about the work. But let me just show you me. Hey, I'm all of 115 pounds soaking wet. I promise you, I did this in 5 hours yesterday, start to finish. Only thing I have left to do is a little bit more dress up on the frame, cleaning up a few burrs and cleaning up a little better. This is completely acid prepped already. All I gotta do is paint it and then bolt it in. So it's not as bad as you think. Yes, it's a lot of work, hell of a lot of sparks flying. You need to make sure you wear eye protection, you need to wear a dust mask, you need to, you know, gloves, all these things. But it's almost kind of rewarding to see this is going to be basically looking like brand new when it's finished. So when I get it painted and put in, I'll give you a quick view of what the final end result looks like. So be back in a minute. So here's the final installation, old versus new. Let me tell you what, this thing's solid as a rock. I was able to treat every bit of metal everywhere, and like I told you before, with the POR, and then I coated the whole piece I made, and it's not going anywhere, guys. Okay, this thing's fantastic. It's removable. I have 6 stainless steel bolts and nuts holding it in place. So all I have left to do is, when I get a battery and probably have some kind of plastic tray I gotta find, and I'll have to figure out my hole down. I still have the original hole over here. I'm pretty sure that's what that's for. And I may actually add, like, is this a piece of angle iron, or maybe even add a plastic piece here and bolt it through these 2 holes as a stop for the battery from being able to slide this way. So I don't know. I'm really proud of myself for making this. I think it turned out fantastic. I think most people can do this in your home shop. Hardest part most people won't have is a welder. All right, and you could do 90% of this, have this all completed and ready with that one piece of angle iron left to weld. And you can go to any mechanic shop, muffler shop, and they're gonna spend about 5 minutes putting a little weld on there and charge you about 10 bucks. So you can get almost everything done yourself. And it's a lot of labor, you know, but it's not, probably not as bad as you think, and this hopefully simplifies what you can make and what you can come up with. So thanks everybody for watching. See you next time.